Hey guys, I'm going to take you through we're going to come down onto the mat, just laying down on our backs for some activation. So starting with your knees bent, pointing up towards the ceiling, and your hands just rested down by your sides, shoulder blades down and back. And we're going to start by inhaling, squeezing the pelvic floor up towards the belly button, and exhaling, drawing the hips across towards one another. Exhale, release. Inhale, squeezing the pelvic floor up towards the belly button as if you're trying to stop yourself from going to the toilet. Drawing across the hip bones from one to the other, and then exhaling to release. Practice that a few more times. Inhale, squeeze the pelvic floor up, drawing the hip bones across from one to the other. If you want to feel that activation, you can just have your fingertips just inside your hip bones. So touch your hip bones with your fingers, and then let them come just inside of those hip bones, and you should be able to feel that muscle going along there. Tighten up. A couple more. Inhale to squeeze, exhaling to release. Making sure you're still focusing on that pelvic floor as you feel the transversus abdominis along here activating. All right, now we're going to inhale, squeeze, exhale, lift one knee up into tabletop, and then inhale to lower it back down. Exhale to lift, inhale to lower back down. So at the bottom each time, making sure you're reinforcing that lower abdominal activation, squeezing the pelvic floor up towards the belly button, drawing the hip bones across towards one another. Making sure your pelvis is staying nice and steady here. So you don't want your hips to fall out to either side as you lift one knee. You want to try and use your lower abdominal activation to keep your hips nice and stable. Making sure you're keeping your abdominals switched on this whole time. So this can be nice and easy if you start to use your hips, but you want to be able to feel it in your core. All right. We're going to start to add in an ab curl now. So just bringing the fingertips to the temples. Each time you lift the knee, you're going to lift the head and shoulders. And then each time you lower the foot, you're going to lower the head and shoulders. So alternating legs and lifting and lowering your head and shoulders into your ab curl. Using your exhale breath on the way up. Really shortening that gap between your ribs and your hips each time, lifting up a little bit further if you can, and then resting back down. Keeping the elbows nice and wide, try not to bring the elbows forward. Lifting the upper body up towards the knees rather than the knees in towards the upper body. So you're really trying to lift as much as you can using that squeeze of your core, your ribs down towards your hips. Keeping the chin tucked to protect the back of the neck. All right, we're gonna do another 4 here, 2 on each side, and then we're gonna hold up and pulse on each side. One more on each side. And lifting up one side and pulsing up to 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, resting down, dropping that foot, lifting the other leg up straight away, coming back into your curl and pulsing for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, lowering back down. Good work, guys. We're going to come into tabletop now. So just bringing the knees stacked above the hips, imprinted spine, so belly button's pulling down towards the mat. The backs of your ribs are bolted down onto the mat. And we're going to come into some toe taps again. So from here, you're tapping your right toe down onto the ground, lifting it back into tabletop. Left toe taps down onto the ground, coming back into tabletop. So ultimately the same thing, but we're doing it from the tabletop position. And this time the tap down is the strongest part because your obliques are really working to keep your lower back from arching. All right, we're going to be here for another 10 seconds. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1, meeting back in tabletop. Now we're going to lift the head and shoulders, extend one leg away, twist the shoulder to the opposite knee, bringing the knee in towards the body, coming back to center, extending the left leg out to meet the right leg, then bringing the left knee back in towards the body and twisting. So we're alternating between the extension and that twist. If you like, you can just do this from tabletop if it's too strong, but we're sticking to the same side. So more challenging option is to keep both legs extended and then bring the knee in towards the chest as you twist. We won't be here for long. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, finish that off, and resting down. Coming into tabletop, we're going to extend the left leg now, lift the head and shoulders, bring the right knee in towards the chest, twist, extend the right leg out to beat the left leg. So you're doing your oblique curl, but keeping your legs extended. Again, the option's there to stay in tabletop position and just stick with your twist, reaching your shoulder across to the opposite knee. So really twisting through your body, don't just twist through your elbow. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Resting down, hug the knees into the chest. All right. Now we're going to roll up. So coming into a standing position now. We're going to do some squats with pulses. So we're going to start with some shoulder width apart squats. To start off with, parallel, so toes pointing forwards. And each time our hips go back, we're going to extend the arms up. And then each time we lift up, we're pressing the palms back. Making sure you've got a nice Pilates posture here. So you've got your navel pulled into your spine, tailbone touch, so you're not like this. You want to be nice and strong. Driving through the heels to stand up, squeezing the glutes. So most of your weight's coming back into your heels. Keeping a nice long spine the whole time. Using your exhale breath to stand up. We're going to do another 5 here. 4, 3, 2, and last one, holding down. We're going to pulse up and down here, stay nice and low. We're going to be here for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, standing all the way back up. All right, now we're going to come into a wide squat position. So you've got your legs a bit wider than shoulder height and your toes are pointing out. So it should look like this. I'm going to do it facing sideways. Again, nice Pilates posture, navel's pulled into the spine, tailbone's tucked under, and your shoulder blades are down and back, neck's nice and long. And we're coming down, sending the hips back, exhaling to stand up, driving through the heels. All right, we've got another 6 here, and then adding on our pulses. See if you can get a little bit lower, really driving through the heels. Last 3, 2, 1, holding down, driving through the heels, squatting up and down, keeping the core nice and strong. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, standing all the way up. Good work. Okay, we're coming into some lunges now. So standing closer towards the top of your mat, we're going to step the right foot back, nice and long. So you've got a nice long lunge. So you can get about a 90-degree angle with both knees. And we're just going to lunge up and down, dropping that right knee back down towards the ground. Remember, you're still standing up nice and tall. Core is still nice and strong. Try to keep the hips square so you're not tipping over to one side. You want to stay up nice and parallel. All right, we're going to be here for another 3, 2, last 1, standing up, dropping that back knee. We're pulsing down for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, standing all the way up. All right, we're going to keep that left foot planted and we're going to have a soft bend there. So soft bend in that left knee, hinging forward. You've got most of your weight in the heel of that left leg, and we're just going to tap the right toes back and then bring them forward. Tap back and then bring them forward. Try not to put too much weight, if any, in your right foot. All of the weight's in that left leg. Most of it driving through your heel to keep your glutes activated. Keeping that soft bend in your left knee. We're going to be here for another 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Standing up. We're setting the left leg back now, right foot stays forward, and we're coming into those lunges. So dropping the left leg back and standing up. Try and get that back knee as low down towards the ground as you can without actually resting. Got another 8 here. 5, 4, 3, 2, last one. Standing up, dropping the back knee down, and we're pulsing for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Standing up to the top of your mat, keeping that right foot planted, bending at the knee, soft bend at the knee. All of your weights in that right leg, and we're just tapping the left toes back and forward. Keeping that hinge forward with your body. Really focusing on having all of the weight driving through this leg, squeezing on the glutes. Most of your weight's back in the heel if you're struggling to activate your glutes. We've got another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and standing all the way up. Good work, guys. All right. Now we're going to do a little bit of plank work, but let's start with a roll down stretch to really get nice and loosened up through our spine. So standing up at the top of your mat, we're going to lift the arms up above us, creating a nice long spine, tucking the chin, rolling down one vertebrae at a time, starting with the neck, the upper spine, the middle spine, the lower spine, keeping the arms and the head completely relaxed. Just breathing here, have a soft bend in the knees. If you need to stretch through your hamstrings, you can straighten the legs or paddle your legs out, or you can just enjoy hanging your upper body there with the soft bend in your knees. Grab onto either elbow with the opposite hand, and we're just going to do a little shift side to side. Really just hanging there, making the most of this time. And when you're ready, planting the hands down at the feet, we're going to walk the hands out into a nice strong high plank if you can. If you need to, you can have your knees down on the mat. But we're going to be coming from our plank to our down dog. If you're on your knees, you can just go from your low plank to your child's pose. Otherwise, up in your high plank, again, nice strong Pilates position. So your navel's pulling in towards your spine, tailbones tucked under, so you're not like this. Nice strong plank, lifting up through the abdominals. And we're going to push back into a down dog, sending the chest down towards the knees. Inhaling to come back to your plank. Exhale to press back. Sending the heels down towards the mat if you can. Option here to bend the knees as you come back. So starting from your high plank, coming into your down dog with bent knees, and then driving forward. All right, we're gonna do another 3 here. And holding up in your high plank, we're gonna tap the knees down now. So tap the left knee, coming back to your high plank, tap the right knee, coming back to your high plank, staying nice and strong through your upper body, pressing through your hands. You won't be here for much longer. We've got another 8, 7, keeping the abdominals drawn up, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, dropping both knees, coming back into your child's pose. Taking a few breaths here. And coming back up, we're going to come into some Pilates push-ups now. So you can either do these from your high plank or your low plank with your knees down. Either way, you're going to have one long line between your shoulders and your point of contact on the floor, whether that's your knees or your feet. So if you're on your knees, it's going to look like this, not like this. So you're keeping your hips tucked in. And if you're on your toes, it's going to look like this. Okay, so how the Pilates push-up looks is we're going to come down on a count of 3 and then up on a count of 1. So coming down, 1, 2, 3, and then pushing up for 1 count. 1, 2, 3, pushing up for 1 count. Try and get down as low as you can. So 3 stages, a really short pause between each stage. 1, 2, 3. See if you can even get your nose to touch the ground without flexing your neck. 1, 2, 3, up for 1 count. We won't be here for long. We're going to do another 8. 1, 2, 3, up for 1 count. We've got 6 more. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1 more. Good work, guys. All right. We're going to finish off now with a little bit more glute work. So we're going to do some side kneeling glutes. And we're going to be 2-point kneeling in the center of our mat. Leaning over to your left side, left hand plants down onto the ground, right leg is extended. Just have your right hand on your hip to start off with. And quick note here, the closer underneath your hip your stabilizing knee is, the stronger this will be. So if you want it to be a little bit less strong, you can move that knee further out towards the other foot. So choosing your preferred position, staying nice and strong, keeping your core switched on, shoulder blades down and back, neck's nice and long, and squeezing the glutes to lift that foot. Squeezing the glutes, lift the foot nice and high. If you want it to be a little bit stronger, don't tap down. So just stay hovering the whole time without the little rest in between. Keeping that posture with the navel pulling in towards the spine. We're going to be here for another 10 seconds. Last 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift, hold, sweeping the leg forward and sweeping the leg back. Keeping those glutes squeezed nice and strong, keeping the foot lifted up in line with the hip if you can. We've got another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Dropping that leg, sitting in the center of your mat. And we're going to do the other side. So coming up into your 2-point high kneel, dropping the right hand down, extending the top left leg away from you. And we're going to start with those lifts and lowers. So exhale, lift the leg, squeezing the glutes. Inhale to lower down. Keeping the leg nice and strong, so try not to have a bent knee. Nice long leg. See if you can point through the toes. We're going to be here for another 8. Then we're adding on those sweeps forwards and backwards. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift, hold, sweeping forward and back. We won't be here for long. We've got 8 more seconds. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and last one, finish it off. Drop the leg down and bring the knees together. Good work, guys. All right, that's everything for the work. We're going to finish off with a quick glute stretch, and then that's everything. So lying down onto the back, taking one knee across, one ankle across to the other knee, and wrapping your hands around the backs of the legs so you can pull the knee that you're not stretching in towards your body, which helps pull this ankle in, which of course helps stretch down this glute that we're trying to stretch. So if you want to make this a little bit stronger, not only are you pulling this knee in, you're pressing the knee of the glutes that you are stretching away from you. That makes it a little bit stronger. You want to get a little bit deeper. A couple more breaths here and then we'll do the other side. All right, releasing, switching legs now. Other foot comes across the body onto the knee of the glutes that we just stretched. We're pulling the knee of the glutes that we just stretched in towards the body. And we're pressing the knee of the glutes that we're stretching now away from the body. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that 30-minute mat Pilates workout, and I'll see you next time. Bye.